All right, this is on adding and subtracting rational expressions. When we add or subtract rational expressions with the same denominator, what happens is you just go ahead and combine those numerators together by their operation. So this is our first example. So I'm going to go ahead and put a parenthesis in the numerators. The denominators are the same. They're both x squared minus 9. So we can combine them into one fraction. X squared minus 9 will go in the denominator. Now we look at the operation between them as a subtraction sign. So we're going to have in the numerator 5x plus 1 minus 4x minus 2. Now we need to simplify it. So to simplify it, we're going to distribute that negative with a subtraction sign as a negative through that parentheses. So we have 5x plus 1 minus 4x plus 2 over x squared minus 9. Now we combine like terms, 5x and 4x. So 5x minus 4x is x. 1 plus 2 is 3. I'm going to factor the denominator using the difference of two squareds. All right, now I need to simplify it. So I'm looking for common factors. There's a common factor of x plus 3 and x plus 3. So that's a 1 and a 1. So our final answer is 1 over x minus 3. The domain restriction is x cannot be 3 or negative 3. If you have different denominators, you need to find the least common denominator if they are not alike. So here are the steps for you to follow. You factor the denominator completely, list the factors of the first denominator, add to the second, and then form that product. So let's go ahead and practice with an example. All right, so this example just says find the least common denominator. So we're going to look at the denominator and we're going to factor the first fraction. So we're going to take out the GCF. We're left with x plus 3. In the second fraction, we're going to factor that trinomial. It's a perfect square trinomial. So the least common denominator is going to be 5x, x plus 3, and another x plus 3. Example 9. Now we're going to go ahead and combine these two fractions together that are not alike. So the least common denominator of these two fractions is both the x plus 1 and the x minus 1. So let's take this first fraction, write it as 3 over x plus 1. What am I missing from the LCD? I'm missing the x minus 1. So I need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by what I'm missing from the LCD. Now we're going to go to the second fraction. What am I missing? I'm missing the x plus 1. So I need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by what I'm missing. And now we need to simplify it. So in order for us to simplify it, our denominators are the same, so we can combine this into one fraction. So 3 quantity x minus 1 plus 5 quantity x plus 1 all over that LCD. X plus 1, x minus 1. Now we're going to simplify the numerator. We're going to distribute the 3 and the 5. So we're going to get 3x minus 3 plus 5x plus 5 over that same denominator. Combine like terms, 3x plus 5x is 8x. Negative 3 plus 5 is positive 2 over x plus 1, x minus 1. Now I'm going to factor it. See if that helps. So I'm going to take out a 2. I'm left with 4x plus 1. It doesn't help me to factor that, so I can just go ahead and leave it alone. My domain restriction is x can't be 1 or negative 1. Here's one more example. We do need to factor those denominators to find the LCD. So the first factor, factors of negative 2 that add to positive 1, are positive 2 and negative 1. Second denominator, factor by difference of 2 squareds. All right, looking at the denominators, what is going to be the LCD? Well, we need to have an x minus 1, an x plus 1, and an x plus 2. So the first fraction is missing the x plus 1. So I need to increase that by x plus 1 and another x plus 1. In the second fraction, what am I missing? In its denominator, I'm missing the x plus 2. So I need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by x plus 2. Now look to see. The denominators are the same, so I can go ahead and combine them into one fraction. I'm also going to FOIL this out, just to save us a little time. So I'm going to FOIL this out and FOIL that out. So I get first, outside, inside, last, and then I'm going to distribute. And what is the operation in between them is a plus symbol. And then all over that denominator. It doesn't need to be FOILed out in the denominator. And you'll find out later when we get into graphing rational expressions. So now let's go ahead and simplify that numerator, combine any like terms. So x plus 3x plus 2x is 6x plus 3 and 4, x plus 2, x minus 1, x plus 1. All right, can we factor that numerator? Are there factors of 7 that add to 6? No. So our domain restriction is x can't be negative 2, positive 1, or negative 1.